Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my cerebralites. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, back with another episode of RealiTEA, and that's TEA because I give it to you scalding hot. So grab your cups, grab your saucers, gather round, and let's all partake in this libation of invite-only Cabo tea. But before we go another further, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and yeah, let's dive right into it. So, episode 2. It's a humdinger. I will say this. I'm trying my best to give the show a fair shake. So far, I haven't really felt connected to any of the characters. I haven't felt connected to the plot line. It just seems really forced, really contrived. But with that being said, I want to like the show. I really do. But they're going to have to do a better job at wooing me. And so far, they're doing a substandard job. Anyhow. So episode 2 picks up where obviously episode 1 left off, and that's at the dinner table with Emily being white girl wasted. She's plucking off her nails. She's being drunk and belligerent. She storms off because people are disgusted by the fact that she's spitting her nails on the floor. She leaves the restaurant. Agu follows her out. Kamani runs to the bathroom. Everyone else is at the table sort of scratching their heads, trying to make sense of what's happening. Agu is consoling her. He eventually coddles her to the point that she comes back and sits down with the group, and she's sort of playing the victim card. Oh, everyone's against me, blah, 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 blah. And people are, trying to make her understand that the behavior was inappropriate. When all else fails, Emily pulls out the tried and true white girl trick. She starts crying. And ultimately, that sort of makes everyone drop their guard and their defenses. And that's pretty much it for that scene. I don't want to rehash every single detail. So after dinner, they all head out. They go out to a bar. Not that Emily needed any more to drink, but for whatever reason, this made sense to whomever. So they all go out to a bar. Emily continues getting drunk. She's, throwing her legs up. She's being completely inappropriate, which is apparently her brand. What else happens? So while she's drunk, she starts getting frisky with Agu. And by the way, I don't know if you guys are aware of this whole sort of BB whining scandal that's happening with Agu. Agu is a personal trainer, and apparently gospel singer BB Winans liked one of his pictures and put the word amen on a picture of Agu and his skivvies. And now people are starting to wonder, was that sort of a declaration of BB Winans sexuality? So anyhow, I just wanted to throw in that side note really quick. So Emily's there. She's being inappropriate. Larry's off doing whatever it is that Larry does. Malaku, who, listen, I try to keep my nose out of other people's business because I have my own business to worry about. But when I see this show, you guys, and I see Malaku, for whatever reason, I see gay. When I see Larry, I see gay. When I see Jermaine, I see gay. When I see Agu, I see question mark. So sometimes when I'm watching the show, I'm trying to figure out how to put the pieces together, because this whole sort of sexual tension between Larry and Bianca it seems forced. It seems disingenuous. It's hard for me to really buy into the fact that these two people are genuinely attracted to each other. If Larry was genuinely attracted to Bianca, who gets a beautiful home in Cabo, and then has the power to assign rooms, and then assigns the woman that they're attracted to a room separate from their own? Now, to me, any man in his right mind who has the opportunity to assign rooms and had a genuine affinity for a woman, he would want that woman to be in the room with him. Now, these two are literally feet from each other every single night, and Larry's not making any attempt to really sort of seal the deal, if you will. So, for me, that just doesn't make any sense. So, anyhow, they're all at the bar, and Emily's drunk. She's, doing her thing. Agu's, she's getting frisky with Agu. Malaku is off talking to girls, which makes no sense to me, because I didn't think he liked girls, but apparently, I don't know. Comment below if you've seen the show. comment below and let me know if I'm the only person that's seeing what I'm seeing. What else is there? So Kamani sort of channels her inner Sheree Woodfield. She becomes a bone collector, and she runs to the opposite side of the bar because there's another guy who sees Bianca sitting by herself or sitting amongst a group of women and thinks, this is an attractive woman. She's by herself, so I'm going to go over and introduce myself. The guy's name was Frank or Frankie, something along those lines. And he touched Emily on the small of her back. I'm sorry, Bianca on the small of her back. Didn't really get frisky with her. But apparently that was enough for Kamani to tell Larry. And Larry's, acting like he's hashtag bothered. But to me, why would he be bothered? Because he's really not that interested in her. So they all leave. They go home. And a bunch of other, sort of minutia happens. But ultimately, Agu and Emily, the drunkest of the group, the two of them wind up in bed together. Partially I believe Emily was completely undressed and Agu was partially undressed. They say they only cuddled. I don't know if that's true or not, but apparently that's the story that they're going with. So we're going to stick to that until additional footage surfaces. So the next morning, Emily wakes up. She's sort of, pulling the Jamie Foxx, blaming it on the alcohol. She doesn't remember anything that happened, and people are trying to sort of rehash the night and let her know exactly, the events that unfolded. So that happens. What else happens? They all decide to go work out. During the workout, Larry confronts Bianca about this guy touching her on the small of her back. Bianca's offended because she feels like if he wanted to have that conversation, it's a conversation that should have happened between the two of them, which I can agree with. After that, they decide to go frolic on the beach. While they're frolicking, Bianca and Kamani have an exchange. Kamani calls her a little girl, blah 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 blah. So they go to the beach. Bianca's still in her feelings. She's being passive aggressive about Larry confronting her. Larry is trying his best to sort of smooth things over, but Bianca at that particular time just didn't have any time for it. So after that, they leave. They hop in the SUV and they head back to the house. Bianca has a breakdown, and that's where the episode ends. And I tried to give you guys a succinct review. I know it was rushed because it was boring. the show is just not pulling me in. Like I said, next week is episode 3. If I haven't bought it completely in by episode 3, then to me I'm just gonna call it a wash. So that's it for this review of Invite Only Cabo. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share if you feel so inclined. Follow me across all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And as always, in closing, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, and I will talk to you guys again soon.